So I've gone and made a miniature of the thing I did before. This here, you can roughly eyeball it. Tape it down. And I've moved to the yellow nail set, which has got a finer point on it, simply because it's a smaller one. You don't want the big holes. You still want the big hammer. And you have a backing board. I prefer plywood. And start there and just whatever floats your boat for however close you want. There's no right or wrong. And you punch it all around. Okay guys, so what we have is we've got the 12 by 12 material cut in a square, so it's 12 inches by 12 inches. I've divided it 6 by 6 and done 4 of the heads. I've broken it apart. I used the knife. If you've seen my other video of the 12 by 12 bladed boxes, you'll see what how I cut the aluminum apart. And I'm not going to redo a whole video of making the boxes. We are going to make some changes to what they are. We're not going to use nails. We're going to use glue on these ones. We're going to round the corners. It's going to be a much more fit and finished look. It's going to be something that would sit on a bookshelf and you could light it up. So anyway, we'll get back to you when we've got the new stuff on the boxes happening. And so this will be a much shorter video, basically the same thing, only smaller. And if you like what I'm doing, if you could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and share it with your friends. So I mean, I know you have friends. Okay guys, it's been a while, but we're back. Had my washing machine die and had to adjust my year-old laundry room to accommodate the new washer dryer. So I've been doing that. But we are doing the 6 by 6 Mickey lantern. We're going to try to do a mini lantern as well. We're going to do a pair of them. So if you've watched my last video on the 12 by 12 one that had that, you'll know we cut the wood out ½ inch shorter than the sides because it's a ¼ inch groove in there, and then whatever it is, when you put the two sides on the metal, measure it across. I believe it was a total of another inch and a bit, so it is goes on the top and bottom. Sorry, goes on the top and bottom, and then the sides go in there. We're going to make these, the sides go like that. Really? Okay. We go like that. Hi guys, so today we are going to do the 6 by 6 punch out light box. So we've already milled these down, done the groove, done the dado for the back, and the sides were cut 5.5 because it's a ¼ inch groove, and then the tops were cut just over 7. And that's basically what we're going to get to go together. So we're going to do these ones a little different. We're going to router the edges, and then we are going to assemble it. Except for the back, we're going to put the lights on through the back and paint it once it's assembled with everything. So this is the router we're going to use. It's a round over bit. So this router's probably about 45 years old and it still runs. That's off to Craftsman. The only thing I don't like about it is it's loud as sin. So, but this is an old router table. Some of my tools I've inherited, so they are older, but that's okay. So we're going to router these edges over. So we've done this edge on the face. We're going to do the back edge, and then when we put it together we're going to do the sides, and then that'll give it a nice finished look. And we think we're going to paint them solid. I haven't decided yet, but that's where we're at. So I'm going to router these. And for you guys that are new to this stuff, what I do is I have the machine running. I take it and pull it this way a little bit, and that keeps you from having a bad edge there, and then I run it through. If you do that and don't have your hand like this, hold it at the back. I don't have my safety guards in place. Like I say, this thing's probably 40 years old. I don't even know if they exist anymore. But I've been using these tools all my life. So I know enough to keep my hands out of the way and to concentrate on what I'm doing. That's why sometimes when I'm making stuff, I don't show it on the video, is because I usually have to hold the camera, or it's on my head, and I'd rather concentrate on keeping all my fingers. So anyway, we're going to go through that, and when we got that done, we're going to come back and show you what we're going to do to glue it up. Good morning, my friends. We've got the boxes done. We haven't painted them, we painted the one. And the reason it looks like this is whenever you paint or clear coat wood, it picks up the grain and makes it feel rough like sandpaper. So you take a fine sandpaper, starting at maybe 150, I like to use like a 400, and just very quickly go like that, and it makes it smooth, and then we're going to put another coat on it. So that keeps it from being rough. So we've made all the backs. We've got the lights. So we're going to take the light through the hole that we drilled into the back. And ever so gently. These are 7 foot long. Lights. So they are a little long for my smaller boxes, but I haven't found anything really shorter. I've seen before a 3 foot one, but I haven't seen them of late, so I do not know if they still make them. So let me just untangle this. Keep the kink out of it. what we're going to do is we put the hot glue gun back in. Now this is my little hot glue gun. It's a low temperature one. When I first started doing these, I did not know I had it, and I was using a high temperature one, and it took forever for the glue to cool down. So what we're going to do is pull that like that. A little bit of glue over the opening. And then right there. So what we'll do is we are going to run the lights just on the back of this. So we will come in about here. Make sure we're in enough so we don't get the wires pinched. Okay. So, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it how I want, how far I want them apart, the runs apart. Okay. Just hold that till it sets up. And there we go. Now because it is a cooler glue gun, it dries quicker and solidifies quicker. Oops. So, keep an eye on what you're doing. Just kind of got an eyeball of where it's going to end. Now once again, if you wanted to, you could lay it down and tape it in place to see where your lines are going to be. I know this is a 7-foot string of lights, and this is approximately 12 inches wide, so about 7 times back and forth. That's solidifying up. Look at all the glue strings. Glue stick in there. Just push it down with my finger once it cools enough. You don't need a lot of spots of glue, because once again, this is not something people are going to be reaching their hand in to play with, but you do want it fairly close to the board. You don't want them floating all over the place, and you don't want them to fall. So, you do this. It's like spider webs. So, I also try not to put any glue on any of the lights. I don't think it would damage them, but when the glue dries it's opaque, and I think it would maybe dull that bulb. So so that is going to go like that. I think that should be just about perfect. So we're going to glue it here. piece. And we're going to glue it. Push that up just a little bit. And down. I say you don't want it too close to the edge and get it pinched in there. Oh, that one came up. Let's go like that. Pull that down. That one there, that was a little bit off. That and that. Okay, so we're going to let this cool. Now, because I've got multiple boxes done, and normally I would do all of them at one time rather than heat up the gun and cool it off and heat it up and cool it off. But I'm just going to show you this. Get all the hairies off that we can. Already planning for next Halloween. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue in the edge, and then we put this on. I mean, it fits fairly snug, so that's what we've got. It's a little bit dusty, I got to clean it off, and let's just reach over here. That's what we've got. So I hope you guys like it, and if you do, there's other stuff coming up. Like and subscribe if you could. Doesn't cost you anything, and you get to watch me make stuff. Alright, have a good day, guys. Have a great day. We're gonna post this in the next 2 days. Anyway, you have a great time.